and welcome to another episode of Viva Aaliyah! Yes, I got my B's and my A's mixed up. I'm so excited for today's show. We are going to make it actually a quick show tonight because I have a lot going on this weekend, y'all. So I am currently in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm sure you see the backdrop looks a little different, but we are working it out, babes. We always work it out on Viva Aaliyah. This is going to be our first attempt at shooting from another state, actually. So I'm in Kansas City, Missouri with my best girlfriend, Tajma Stetson. I'm so grateful for her hospitality. She will be joining us on the show today in just a little bit. But until then, I'm going to hang out with you. We're going to talk a little bit. I want to give a quick shout out. Thanks, honey. A quick shout out to Kevin Aviance. Kevin was supposed to be on the show today and had a family emergency. And so we are giving, all of the Viva family is giving you a lot of love, a lot of respect, a lot of healing, anything that you need, babe. We are here for you. And we want to make sure that you are taken care of. And so I said to Kevin earlier on the phone today, family comes first. Our health comes first. Our family's health comes first. And that is what it's about. And we will always make our shows work. And so I'm excited to be here with you in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm going to talk to you about what's going on and why I'm here. And then Taj is going to come on and hang out with us. Thanks. This look is actually from a little store here in Kansas City, Missouri called Viva Fashion, which fits in with our Viva story. Viva Aaliyah, Viva Fashion. Of course, we have my big girl nails on. I'm sporting a little cute Celine earring, and we're just hanging out. But anyway, I am here to work on my Entertainer of the Year package, and I want to give a huge shout out to our very dear friend Mulan, GB Couture, who has been kind of the backbone almost of this entire package with all of these garments and everything. I'm very proud to be wearing GB Couture at Nationals. For those of you who don't know, I am going to compete at National Entertainer of the Year here in July 22nd through 26th are the dates that we will be in Louisville, Kentucky, honey. We are going to go down there and show them what we are made of in New York and Kansas City and in all of these places that all of my people come from. Texas, hopefully Molten Decadence, our best friend, will be able to join us. But we have so much to show you and so much to do down there. Dominic will hopefully be with me, and we will be doing we're actually going to be doing a pre-recorded Viva Aaliyah that night, but maybe we will jump in with some like little clips or something. You never know. We are always putting something together. But we are very excited to be down there. And so I'm actually in Kansas City this weekend to fit my garments and to make some money so I can fly my people down there. I got to get all my folks down with me because to compete in a pageant, it takes a village. It takes a true village. And so my actual pageant, my pageant coordinator or pageant director is also my dresser, my best friend, and she will be on the show with us tonight, is Tajma Stetson. And I just have so much to show this year. I'm so excited. We're going to have Buffet and Prince Cole, the current National Entertainer of the Year's FI and Mr. on the show in a couple of weeks. But we have a lot to be thankful for. So as of right now, I just want to talk to you. I just want to go through some things. But please comment in. I see there are a bunch of you hanging out. So go ahead and comment in. Talk to me about some things. Tell me what you're thinking. We're just having a good old time tonight. So, like I said, I'm here to fit, and what that means is all of my garments are being constructed, and I came in town to get my measurements taken again because, honey, COVID has done what to us? Made us eat. She made us eat all the way. And most of us are working back to our normal-sized bodies. I am one of them. My fitness journey, my journey to National Entertainer of the Year, all of that are going to be up on my YouTube channel very soon. We are working on, this is actually going to be some content tonight. I'm going to have Tajma ask me some questions. I'm going to interview her in a little bit about what my journey to EOY is going to be like and things that we're both excited about. And so this is going to be content that's going to actually go in there. So your questions that you send in tonight will be a part of that as well. But I have, I think all but one category is being constructed visually, and costumes are being constructed by GB Couture. And I could not be happier that I am wearing GB Couture. We are also going to meet up on Monday with Erica Von Du. Shout out to Erica, my sister, who I actually have not met, but I will meet on Monday. And we are going to talk about our journey together because we are both representing the state of Missouri. I am from the fashion, the entertainment, and the Broadway capital, honey. New York City, but I will be representing the great state of Missouri at National Entertainer of the Year. I'm one of the representatives, and we have a lot to represent. We have sisters, brothers, friends, family, and they will all be there with me. So once again, if you have any questions about National Entertainer of the Year, please feel free to comment in. Let me know what you're up to. And if you would like to give to our overall package, if you would like to be a donor, my Venmo and Cash App are down below. But you could also go to AleahMartinezQueen.com/shop, and you can buy our merch, honey. We have our Journey to EOY merch out there, and it is everything. The entire team will be wearing it at Nationals one way or another. AleahMartinezQueen.com/shop. Right there is how you buy our merch. But we have a show tonight also. I'm very lucky to be able to do some shows in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm going to be at the legendary Missy B's. I call it Mitzi B's because it sounds super cute. Ooh, Dominic already has the poster up. Stars of 39th Street, honey. So that is their cast. Tajma is in the red hair, of course. She is stunning and standing out from the rest of the beaches right there. And you will see me in the bottom right-hand corner, of course, with that classic, not classic, I shouldn't say, because it's been there for a couple of weeks, not forever, but that beautiful photo. Thank you to our photographers who just like do us right, honey, because clearly Tajma's is done right and clearly mine is done right. And all the girls on there look stunning. We're going to be at Missy B's tonight in Kansas City, Missouri. If you are in Kansas City and want to come out, we are going to be giving you a show, honey. I'm giving 3 numbers. Tajma's giving 3 numbers. We're also going to be doing a lip sync for your life, or a roundabout, or what? Yeah, lip sync for your life, we'll call it. But we are all going to be in leopard print. So, meow. And then tomorrow I will be at Hamburger Mary's in Kansas City for both brunch shows. And then the late show tomorrow night I get to do with Candace. I'm very excited. Tonight's host is Daisy Bouquet. And I'm very excited to be with her. She is a stunning and wonderful entertainer. She joined in on our benefit show for National Entertainer of the Year. She is part of the Kinsey Six and is wonderful and beyond talented. So I'm very excited to meet all of these wonderful people. Some of them who I have not seen and not been a part of a show with, and Taj has told me time and time again that I'm just going to be so excited to be with these people, and who would know better than my best friend what I would like? Nobody, bitch. Maybe my husband, but he's included in the best friend category. So I had to take a quick drink. We are drinking. Oh, by the way, what's in your glass? Since we don't have a guest tonight, we are drinking some really, really cute Cosmos. We had cocktails and classics earlier, and it went really well. If you have not seen it, you can go to Tajma Stetson's Instagram. Tajma, T-H-A-M-A, Stetson as in the hat. Tajma like the hall, Stetson as in the hat. There we go. And you can check out Cocktails and Classics. I made a little cameo on there earlier. And like I said, Taj will be making a cameo on Viva Aaliyah here in just a little bit. We had our beautiful benefit last week, and I was very excited for everybody to be a part of that. And I'm just feeling good. Dominic, maybe you can put a question forward. Do you have a question for me about National Entertainer of the Year? Anything you've been wanting to know, or anything that... Yeah, like how excited am I? What's my favorite category? Any of those things. Let's talk a little bit about National Entertainer of the Year. Again, like I said, when Tajma comes on, we're going to kind of do a little interview of each other for National Entertainer of the Year.
Yeah, you got it, Aaliyah. I actually do have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
oh,
I can
great,
hear you.
Great. Yeah, I have a question about your fellow competitors. Do you know who else is going to be there and who you're looking forward to seeing, or who you know need to keep an eye out on, and that sort of thing?
So I will say this: going into a competition, it doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the business, and it doesn't matter what your former titles have been. And I hope that all of the other competitors see this, because I believe this through and through and to the core. Any of us, and we saw this actually at the last National Entertainer of the Year, there were some heavy hitters, honey. Jessica Jade, Shay Shay Larisse, Sabrina White, just to name three. And obviously the reigning National Entertainer of the Year, Buffet. But all of them were forces to be reckoned with, and all of the competitors that night are just people who could have taken that crown home. And so there are people I'm very excited to see. I'm very excited to be on stage with my Missouri sister, Erica Von Du. I say Missouri sister even though I'm from New York, because I'm representing Missouri again. But I'm very excited to see just like what everybody's strengths are, and how they're going to put their packages together. All of us have been sitting in a pandemic, and we've had a lot of restrictions. You know, feathers are not coming in. Things are not being shipped from China. We don't have the resources. People didn't want to like fulfill orders because things weren't coming in from China. And so our hair orders, our jewelry orders, our rhinestone orders were not always coming in. And it's taken a lot to get this package together. And there's a lot that is being done right now, which is kind of scary for a national package to be doing in April/May for something that's happening at the end of July. Like, for me, May 1st would have been my cutoff. Like, everything had to be done. Everything needed to be right there and had to be produced. And like, all of May, we were just like coasting on everything being done, and like the choreography was set and all of that. But my boys are just getting together, and I trust my boys wholeheartedly to be able to put the choreography together. I trust you, Dominic, and Tajma to be like my best critics and say like, this is not you. We don't see this as you. We see this as you, and we've seen you in competition before. And that's what I look for in a village. And I hope the other competitors are doing that, because the worst thing you can do is not ask people. The worst thing you can do is not ask people and have them be a part of your package. And I think Tajma and I have learned that in this like long run of being queens of 16 years this year. So we definitely learned that. So yeah, if anybody else has a question, go ahead. If not, Dominic, I would love another.
Yes, and actually, thank you for giving me this opportunity, because another, I guess up and coming queen asked me this last question while I was traveling this last week, and they're just getting into drag, maybe have a performance under their belt. And was asking me this question. I really didn't know how to answer it, which is, how do you travel with all of that crap? Like, how do you fit it all into bags? How do you like? And I was like, I don't know. I just know it gets there. And that's all I know. But yeah, I would love to hear that.
I think the best example I have was our first year at Gay United States. I think I spent, which I will never do again, I did this the wrong way, I spent like $1,500 in shipping. That's dumb. Don't do that. Don't rent a U-Haul either. U-Haul is probably the most commercial brand that you can rent from. But rent a U-Haul-esque vehicle if you can, and drive stuff down. That way you have control of when it gets there. You're not having to worry about shipping, getting there late or early or anything like that. You can just know that it's there when it's there. And so actually this year for nationals, we will not be shipping anything. I'm actually flying Tajma into New York, and her and I are going to have a very sickening road trip together. Everybody else will be flown on a plane, but the two of us will be road tripping together, which actually is probably the most fun we ever have together, is just in a car, like bopping to the best hits and making sure we are just like, we talk about everything in a car. I helped Taj move here to Kansas City from Michigan. We used to do trips back and forth from Western Michigan to Lansing. We used to do Detroit, Chicago, all of those when we lived in Michigan together. So I think the best way I could say is to drive if you can. If you cannot, a very sickening queen we know from Portland, Oregon, Kaina Martinez, got these trunks that are registered as luggage. Like TSA recognizes them as luggage, and she got 5 of them. Because I think there is, even though you can pay for luggage, there's a max on the amount of luggage you can take. Did she need 5? That's up to her, not us. But she had 5 with her, and all 5 of them traveled as luggage, and they were trunks. So I'm actually looking into getting a couple of those just for some of my bigger garments, just to pack them in. But they are TSA recognized trunks as luggage. So yes. Oh my God, you found the picture of Kaina. Yes, she had 4 of them and then 1 suitcase, which is crazy to be able to take that anywhere. So yeah, those are the trunks that I'm looking to get. I want like 2 of them. I'm sure my husband would be a lot happier if I had those, because then it wouldn't be so many tubs. It would be trunks that I can also take with me and travel. So not an extra thing, but something that is ready. Without further ado, I'm going to scoot to my left. My very best friend in the entire world is Taj Massetz, and you can hear my rhinestones. And she is coming on to Viva Aaliyah. Give a Viva welcome, bitches.
Hi.
Yes.
So happy to be here. I see where we're sitting. Good.
Yeah.
I was wondering when I was watching you from across the room, I was worried that you could see crotch. But
Oh,
you
not at
can't.
all.
No
Yeah.
crotch. I feel so good. We look good.
Yes.
You can't tell what we're seeing, but we see this really gorgeous monitor in front of us. And we look good. Mwah. Thanks for having me, babe. You look beautiful.
You look beautiful.
Thanks.
I love this raw orange.
You like my raw orange? Yes,
I love
raw
orange.
orange.
And
Okay.
I think these were
You gave me these.
giftables. I love them.
And I just wanted a little color pop. I see you are
I love
ultra
this.
glam. You are giving us some very nice. I don't know why I caressed your
Please
teeth.
do.
What I'd rather caress is this. You are ultra glam, very 90s, very Versace. I love it. Doesn't she look stunning? Of course she does. And I was like, oh girl, she's sex appeal. I'm gonna give 90s as well, but like execulezzy.
I do feel like I have the Donatella lips, if nothing else. So we're going to talk a little bit for the next, I say like 20, 25 minutes, and then we might take a pizza break before our show. Or a cocktail break, who knows? But I want you and I'm going to ask you a question, and then you're going to ask me questions, and we can just ask whatever we want to about National Entertainer of the Year and our journey there. I'm actually going to do something which I don't normally lean into the camera, but I'm going to lean into the private chat so I can see. I want Dominic to come up with a question for you. And so once Dominic says he's ready, I'm going to ask a question to you. You're going to ask a question to me. And hopefully by the time both of us have asked a question, Dominic has one. But when he's ready, he will put it in our little private chat. So I'm going to ask this of everybody that's on Team Aaliyah, Team Martinez, hashtag Viva Aaliyah. We're using that the entire EOI journey. And this is a little delayed on us, so the camera is above. But
okay, thank you.
What are
you seeing me now? I'm sorry, was I looking in the wrong place?
No, it's okay.
I'm still an amateur.
Because I do this a lot.
Uh-huh.
And then I always catch myself needing to do this. So on here, not on here, but in general, what is the thing that you're most excited for about going to National Entertainer of the Year as our big troupe?
I'm your dresser, your main dresser, so I'm in control of you and the group and all the stuff, which is great. I'm excited that I'm excited because I like to be in that realm. Don't get me wrong, I love to compete. We compete on opposite years and things like that. So I dress you, you dress me, and the times we're competing. So I'm excited to be a part of all of this grand entrance into Louisville. I got to compete at Entertainer of the Year in 2013, which was really great. So now I'm going with you for you to compete. So I'm excited just to be there, be in control of your package, which sounds great. Be in control of your package and be in control of your stuff. And it's not so much control, it's just being there first and foremost for everything. Because the person competing, obviously, is the person right in front. But figuratively, just behind that person is the dresser, is me. So I, except for being on stage and accomplishing all of the talent and the modeling presentations, I am responsible for everything else. So I get to experience it all. And then not just the on-stage stuff that you're doing in terms of competition, but then being with you and around you for all the times you're meeting dignitaries and former National Entertainers of the Year and all of the wonderful people that love pageantry that will be present during that week. I just am excited to be a part of your package. It's one thing to go as a spectator, and I would be happy with that, but I'm excited about being in the middle of it all, of being in charge of your grouping, your situation, your package, your success. Because we plan on being quite successful. I got to compete at Entertainer of the Year 2013, like I said, and we did a good job. We came away 4th place, which we're quite proud of. Don't get me wrong.
Top 10 is the way to go.
We would love to win, yes, but we got a part of the top 4. So that was really great. I had never been to that competition before, so Aaliyah will also be a Aaliyah will also be a first-time girl. And between the two of us, we have good luck being a first-time girl, so.
We sure do.
We don't even need to cross our fingers. This is the new cross your fingers of this. Viva Aaliyah. Yes, I love it.
So
that's what I'm excited about.
To add on to that a little bit, I think it's not common, I will say this, for a dresser to be like the overall like holder of the package when you're there. But I think for us as friends and best friends and people who have just been an integral part of each other's lives, when we are at nationals, it's I need my time as the person competing, and so can you, as my dresser, which is an honor as the dresser for both of us when we dress each other, to be that like holder. And I've said this to my boys, which I always say my boys are my dancers a lot, which is when I'm at nationals, the voice you will hear is this one. Because anything I say will be directly communicated to you through Taj or Michael. Whatever you hear is going through that, and they're the same person for those of you who don't know Taj. Both of us are Michael.
We are.
Underneath this. But it's so crazy to know that we are going into something that is not just a title, but a dream. This has been the dream for me. National Entertainer of the Year is my dream. And I dreamt of Gay United States, and I won that title, but the dream is like the fantasy dream for EOI for me. And it's almost like when we say continental. Like, we both know we want to be continental one day, but that is like a fantasy dream. EOI is a fantasy dream for me that we will make come true.
And you're not just saying, I'm going to go and win this. You're putting in the time, you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort, you're putting in the prayers, the meditation, the sacrifice of your life, the sacrifice of money and of time to be a part of this history-making competition. Even if you walk away DL dead last, you're still in the... We won't, but knock wood, we won't. We work too hard to do that. We won't walk away dead last if we can help it, but what we will walk away no matter what is being an imprint on history. Pageantry is the trace of history in drag in this country for the most part. It's why one of the reasons why I really love pageantry, why I insist on doing it as a huge part of my career. But we're going to be there making history. Obviously, buffet is handing down its history. Whomever wins that night will be making history. So no matter what you do in pageantry, you're automatically making history by just being among the number of people that are there.
And we're honestly going the 30. Well, it isn't, but it is. It is because it's the 30th person crowned. So we are going on the 30th anniversary of EOY, and they are treating it as the 30th anniversary, which was supposed to be 2020, but obviously we didn't have a competition in 2020, and so that's what it is. The Pan Dulce.
Pan Dulce.
JP! Yes, I just said I'd love to. EOY.
Hi, JP.
Miss Gay United States was a dream of mine, and I dreamt of it, and we conquered in that. And you were a part of my package, and I was a part of yours.
Yes. We both won in consecutive years. Talk about a dream come true.
Hello.
Seriously.
That is literally what are the biggest difference for you two between competing versus supporting a sister competing, more or less the nerves. You go first on that.
Okay. I don't have my glasses, so I think I heard
So I'll say it again. What are the biggest differences for you two between competing versus supporting a sister competing? More or less, like we're talking nerves here. What is the nerve situation like?
The nerves is big difference. I feel so relaxed. Okay, so I guess it depends on the moment. On the way to the when I'm competing, on the way to the stage, I'm terrified. What's going to happen? Things could go wrong. I don't know. Will I trip? Will someone be bleeding? What can happen? Anything can happen.
True.
And then once I hit the stage, I am cool as a cucumber and just doing what I prepared to do. We both grew up in music, so one thing that helps us in competition is once you're performing or competing in gown or question or whatever, you're just letting it happen by using your own talent and abilities. In fact, it might be flip-flopped. I'm more nervous when I'm not nervous when I'm getting Aaliyah to the stage at all, because damn, she's flawless. Everything is exactly right. We were able to put her together exactly the way that we want the judges to see. And then when she hits the stage, then I'm like, a bundle of nerves. But but also once I see her up there, once I see her working the gown or answering the question, I go, I don't need to have these nerves because she's clearly got it under control and she's really wrecking this category in the best way possible. So I think those are the opposite ways, and I'm glad you asked that. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Hi, Ship.
I think for me, dressing. So I haven't dressed you yet, but I have been in your talent. So I'll speak from that. I think
you've always been a part of my team, even if you weren't administrative. I mean, you were a part of my team even when you weren't at the pageant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which we will be transitioning into dresser/talent expert soon. Wisconsin Continental may be coming up. We don't know.
We have to figure that out.
But I think for me, it's the nerves when I'm competing are gone because I go to like a very cerebral place. And you even said it to me. Are you okay? You're very quiet. And this was when you first started dressing me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got used to me being quiet. And then it was everybody else asking, and you were like, "Please just leave her alone."
She's in her head in the best way possible. Not in her head, but just
in the best way possible is the best way to say it. Because I'm thinking like this is the movement. This is the everything. And I know you have it. And you're literally all you have to say is like lift your foot, do this. But when I'm in somebody else's package, I think what you say is completely true. I have that like, whew, okay.
It's like you're working at a different level when you're the team member as opposed to the star. You're just working on a different level.
But even before I go on stage, the best thing that any performer can have is nerves before you go on stage.
I agree.
Because it pushes you forward. It makes you feel real and feel like you're going to be a part of what you're doing. And so I couldn't think of anything better to have the nerves. So your question for me.
Oh, my question for you. I know what you're doing. I know pretty much everything that you're up to between the different categories from prelim nights to final nights. I know you're exceedingly proud of presenting these garments and these presentations. Obviously, each presentation needs a garment. But what is the garment, and this is a hard question, what is the garment that you're most proud to show? I know some of them aren't built yet, but they're obviously being built this weekend, and they're going to be lovely. And they're going to be more than lovely. They're going to be magnanimous. They're going to be incredible. But what's the one that you are really looking forward to?
Without giving anything away, I think
don't give anything away.
It's final night.
Final night.
And that's actually basically one of the two things we haven't seen done or like partially constructed. We took my crowning material the other day and was like, you were pinning it to a mannequin. which was
yes.
like gorgeous and all of that. So
she said crowning material, meaning the material, the fabric that's going to be made into her crowning dress for the crowning ceremony.
And like Mulan, who is GB Couture, and I went to the store and got the underneath fabric, the bodysuit fabric. But for the final night gown, I know, you and I both know this. We give an idea to Mulan, and then there's like the drawing, which is already sickening, and then there's the like conversation that happens after that. But when you see it, like we saw a gown the other day that will be shown at National Entertainer of the Year. No matter what, it will be on that stage or on a stage.
It's so stunning.
And we both gasped when we walked in, and Mulan was like, it's not done. And I was like, GB Couture is like so like. But I think final night gown is going to give the me factor.
Is that your answer? Final night gown?
Yeah, the wow factor, the me factor, the like
aspirational dream come true factor.
It's reveal, but it's not a reveal. It's like it's a costume change in my mind, rather than a reveal. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
The garment, I know it. The garment evolves. Hi, babe.
Hi.
The garment evolves as you model it, which is really sickening.
Yes, businesswoman fish.
Hi. I try not to look like a fish, but I know what you mean. Mwah.
You look
nice to see
you look a little like Shania Twain, gorgeous before she aged. Love her so much.
She looks great now, though.
She does look great.
I gotta say.
But you look like her before she aged.
From this moment.
And she's aging beautifully, too. Dominic, I did ask you to have a question ready, and I would love if you were willing to come into the sound studio to do it. I know you typed it out, but please ask Taj a question.
Yeah, you may have to read it, darling, because I don't have my glasses on. I'm sorry.
No, I sure can. Sorry.
There we go. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry about that. Hi, Taj. Hi.
Hi.
Love you. And I've actually been at 2 competitions where you were Aaliyah's dresser, and so it was interesting for me to see you kind of shift. It's a strange shift to see you put on this other hat. And so I guess my question is, for other dressers out there, what is the most important skill or tool that they must have for their contestant at the competition?
It works well for us because we know each other so well, but the best thing is to know the goal of the competitor. Each category, what the feeling is, what the look is, not just, hey, I have a green gown, we're going to put on this green gown and wear this green gown. But to know that the competitor is wearing this green gown because it's her favorite color, or maybe it's the only gown she owns. So to formulate a goal out of that, I'm wearing this green gown because green is my favorite color. I think the judges will crown me in this green. Or this green gown is the only gown the only gown I have, so I'm going to wear this green one. So as the dresser, if it's her aspirational color, her dream come true to wear, let's fill the fantasy and make this a green gown presentation fantasy. If it's the only gown she has, I'm going to make it right and say, girl, this is the only green gown fantasy. And for her talent, we need to make sure we understand what the goal is, what the energy is. So if you're in the same mind of completing each category as the competitor, then the dresser is on the same level as the competitor. And you have to understand that in your own way. We have a subliminal mind anyway, so we work well easily. And there are professional dressers out there that just really fit into the competitor's mind and their goals, and they're able to accomplish their package with success because they didn't just go, okay, I'm going to zip you up and send you out on the stage. They're with the competitor. They're accomplishing the same goals together. When I won Miss Gay United States, my dresser, Taylor, it would have been you, babe, but you were handing down.
No, I know.
But I love Taylor as a dresser. She said, when you won, I felt like I won. And that's my whole team said that. We felt like we won. And when you won, I felt like I won. So it's being there, so present, and so achieving this, so much a part of achieving the same goals as the competitor. The dresser is just in there doing the same thing as the competitor, just without being on stage.
Yeah,
I guess.
No, I love that. We're gonna take let's talk pageant prep. What is one thing or routine that you consistently do to get ready the days before the pageant? I think we check, I will say for me and you, for my packages, we check lists. We literally go through every list we can. We go category by category, and then we say, what are our extras that we need? What are the snacks we need? We need to stop by the Target, and we need to get some bananas because both of us love some potassium.
Bananas and
going through lists are the things. As far as like vocally for me, I make sure I have little shots of whiskey because whiskey will relax me really quick. And it's a quick, like, get ready for a singing something. And then I love to have a good warm up with my boys to make sure they're warmed up and I'm warmed up before competition. For you?
I practice. One thing that I do is, we both do live music talent. So for us in talent, I'm practicing it every single day, multiple times a day, every day, excessively. The best entertainers that we know, period, and then the best competitors that we know hit the stage, particularly in talent, with such ease as if they just do this. This is what I do in my life. I've practiced this for hours and hours and hours on end. And it's so easy when I hit the stage. The other thing I do, I love written lists, not just mental checklists, but written. I usually have a digital version on my phone, and I usually have a handwritten one with pencil. The other thing that I do is sleep. I try to catch up on sleep because those pageant weekends, the pageant weeks, are so much fun. They're great to be there. It's energy. You're on. And it is draining. And sometimes you don't even realize you're tired until it hits you hard. So sleep, not only during the week while you're at the contest, but also sleep a lot. Sleep a lot before you get there. A lot.
I would say that's something I really respect out of you as a
dresser. It keeps your health together.
And the two of us together. We check in on each other a lot. And we say, do you need to sleep and I will take care of the boys for you or the other people for you? You say that to me a lot. And I know I've said it to you when we were in Columbus. Do you need me to get your dresser and your other people out of the way and just let you? And sometimes we're both, yes, please.
Yeah. I just need
take them to lunch. Here's my card. Here's whatever. Here's $50. Like, do whatever we need to do. Because
and I'm getting to the point where I like my own room or just one other person in my room. I used to be young and savvy and have everybody in my package in my room. It was fun. But now I just need sleep so well in order for me to function and not be a grouch. And in order to compete well, I want to think brightly in interview and in the other categories too, particularly because I'm performing sharply. So I want sleep.
We are, thank you for your question. We are going to take a very quick sponsor break, and then we are going to come back. Each of us are going to ask each other another question, and Dominic is going to have a question ready that is ready for both of us to answer, but we will be right back after this commercial break. Viva Aaliyah is proudly sponsored by Big Girl Nails by Coco. For all of your nail needs, check out at Big Girl Nails by Coco on Instagram. Viva Aaliyah is proudly sponsored by Fierce Drag Jewels. For all of your sparkly needs, check out fiercedragjewels.com. Fierce Drag Jewels is also the crown and jewelry sponsor for the Viva Entertainer Pageant 2021. All right, we are back from our break. Hi, welcome back, Vivas. Once again, if y'all have any questions for us, please put them on. I'm happy to answer those in between. I'm going to ask you another question, and that would be, when it comes to competition, what is like, I will answer this too. We can answer our own questions as well. What is your least favorite thing about competitions?
I think what I just talked about is how tiring they are.
Yeah.
I want to be at peak performance level. And the later in the week, the later the days go on, I'm just more and more tired. So my least favorite thing is just being drained constantly. But there's also a battle for that. You sleep, you eat, you make sure you're around the right people, you meditate, you do your own method about battling that. And I think that's my least favorite thing, is that it just takes so much out of me. What about you?
I would honestly say the same. It's so, I don't know. it's that and the competitiveness. Even though it's a competition, I think girls get so competitive that they start to get rude sometimes. And I'm sure you and I both been caught up in that at one point or another.
Oh, girl.
But it's so like, it's so, oh girl, I can't. First of all, we've never been ones to be secretive about what we're doing at nationals, because you can hear what I'm doing, but I will challenge you to do what I do better than me, and I will and you can say the same thing, all of you girls out there. You can challenge me to do what you do better, because it's not going to happen.
Right.
I'm not going to do what you do better than you do. You're not going to do what I do better than I do. I'm not going to do better than what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that secretiveness, the like, oh, I can't tell you that. And I'm like, okay, but I'm doing the Jazz Hot for Talent, which I am. You're not going to you won't know what the Jazz Hot is, let alone be able to do it.
Perform at the same
Yeah.
as you. Yeah.
In the same way I'm doing. And maybe you're doing the Jazz Hot. I love that. We're both doing it. And we're going to do it in completely different ways. So, like, that needs to stop in the competitive world. And that bothers me a lot.
Okay, I need to think of a question for you. I'm sorry that I'm unprepared.
That's okay. Dominic, do you have one ready?
I sure do. Yes, I have a question for both of you. A little bit of a unique one, which is, drag culture and LGBT bar culture is so, focused on alcohol and drinking. And I wanted to hear y'all's thoughts on, when you're in a competition setting, what is your advice or your worst nightmares or the worst things that you've seen as far as drinking? Can you drink too much? Can you drink too little? That kind of thing in the competition world, because it's a big part of it.
I mean, some people really just go in as if they're at their home bar.
Yeah.
And they keep it together or they don't. I personally need a little loosen. I mean, I want a little booze in me just to get it going. My presence as Tajma in a working situation often has booze involved, so a little bit at a pageant will get me there. But I don't want to be drunk, because then I won't be able to do what I spent so long preparing for.
Yeah.
To the ultimate, to the most optimally sharp as I want to be. And so I don't go all the way. I do know a queen who took a shot of tequila each time she did a category. And it really worked for her. It was her drinking method at a pageant. Madison Elise, former Miss Gay Missouri America.
Oh, word.
And somehow they didn't build up. I was like, fine, by the end of this night, girl, you should be just drunk. But she would take a shot and then do a category, and it sort of padded her category so she could focus and have enough little fluff to not be worried about every nuanced thing on stage. But then by the time it was ready for her next category, she had sort of worn it off, and she didn't feel the bright effect of it anymore. So she'd take another one, which I think is a smart thing. Yeah. It's not my method. I would be trashed by the end of the night, but that's her method. And we have seen amateur queens just really have with drinking, like they're at their home bar in the middle of a pageant, and it does not work out well, because then they get in their head, they're evaluative, and then even if they don't care, I don't give a, then it's like, girl, we see you being all sloshed on stage. You tripped on your gown. Yeah. And it was too short. So how did you trip? Oh, the booze. Okay.
No, but truly. Yeah, I mean, same as Taj. I like it. I would say before talent is or anytime I'm singing, because at National Entertainer of the Year, I was singing multiple categories. So before any of those, I'm going to want like a shot of whiskey or like a fireball or something that's a little syrupy, but also has that like hit
sweet
to
but
it.
A kick.
Yeah,
yes.
Sweet but a kick. Yes. But I agree. I think there are a lot of girls that take it too far, but also girls that know how to not to like do it the right way. And Madison had it the right way, and
she found her pattern with drinking and competing.
I was just gonna say, I was at a show recently, and it was post-pandemic, and I had been drinking nothing but wine during the pandemic, and my thing at my brunches are, please buy me a shot of tequila. And girl, they bought me all the shots of tequila, and I don't remember the second half, but apparently it went well.
You know it did, girl. You know it did.
No, they told me it went well. That's the only reason I know. But but I will say, like, that's not me as an entertainer. That's not you as an entertainer, is to like forget things. And I will be honest when I do. Like, that was my one time to say, like, never do that again, girl. So we've both been in those situations, like, never do this talent again, never wear that gown again, never wear this shade of pantyhose on stage. And so I think drinking goes along with those rules. Like, don't do that again if it doesn't feel good. And so, but I said and so like 6 times. But make sure that you have a plan and that you know when the right time to do that is. And for me, it's before I sing, and for you, it's when you need to loosen up to do your categories. So yeah, absolutely that.
Okay, my question for you, I've thought of it. You sort of hinted at this, we've been together for 48 hours, catching up, now it's just talking like you live here. The monitor is backwards, so I don't know how to flip my hair. I whip my hair back and forth. That was within the 20 minutes.
When I need to, I do this.
Oh, show me. Oh, yeah.
Both sides.
Okay. I will learn how to do that. Okay, my question is, what will Viva Aaliyah look like when you win National Entertainer of the Year? It will be quite a job, a lot going on, and I know you like to cram your schedule full in the best way possible, and I know you like to be busy. We all do. What will Viva Aaliyah look like when you win National Entertainer of the Year?
So I think it's like multi-fold for Viva Aaliyah. Viva Aaliyah will continue. We will always be on a Saturday. We will always be 8 p.m. Eastern time. And that means that Dominic and I have had to have a lot of like serious conversations about what that looks like. This season already, because we're competing on a Saturday, we'll have a pre-recorded segment.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that you shouldn't comment in, because like all other comments, I'm going to go through these tonight after we're back from the show and we're baking a pizza in the oven, and I'm going to answer your comments. That does mean that they may not show up on screen while the interview is going on, but you will see an interview from a legendary entertainer, and I can't wait to tell you who that is. But we have plans. We have pre-recorded segments. We can start at 7:30 instead of 8 if we need to, if it's in a different time zone and we can make it work, or if it's Eastern time zone and I have to be at the bar at 10.
Okay.
Like, we can do all of those
that
things.
Makes sense.
And Viva is only going to grow because of National Entertainer of the Year, because of the formers. I have not yet interviewed all of the formers. I've had the very, 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 very much privilege, distinguished honor, privilege of interviewing Tasha Cole and my mother, Maya Douglas, and just legends beyond legends, and people who will always hold the best light in my heart and
in the industry,
and an inspiration to both of us.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to interview Daisy Dead Petals and get Angelique Ali on a fucking broadcast, or pull Monica Monroe out of retirement just to do an interview. Like, those are the things that will possibly happen when I become National Entertainer of the Year, and things that I'm really looking forward to. Are there things you see for Viva?
All of that. I want you to tap into that body of amazing national entertainers that had that crown placed on their head. I would love to see them on Viva Aaliyah, and I would love to see what comes along with your reign, what you're doing, what your work is like, what building up the National Entertainer of the Year pageant for the year, the work of the National Queen is like involved in Viva Aaliyah. I think I can speak for the entire Viva Aaliyah audience in that we all want to be a part of it with you when you win, and we want to know when and where everything is happening, and we want to be kept up to date. Because you're our queen, girl. We love you.
I think a lot like Aurora Sexton did when she won US of A, United States of Aurora. She had that like YouTube series. We are going to do one leading up to competing, and continue on past our win, because we will win. And it may be this year, it may be next year, it may be the year after, but we will win. Entertainer of the Year is in our blood.
I feel it.
It's in both of our blood. You will be Entertainer of the Year one day.
Ooh.
That's just like what we're here for. But we will make sure that is a part of what we do. And I can't wait for it. Really quick before we say our goodbyes and maybe ask our last questions, I just want to say to all of you podcast listeners out there, you can always check out our live show on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Facebook. We have a page for Viva Aaliyah. You also can add me on Facebook at Aaliyah Martinez Queen. You can add me on Instagram at Aaliyah Martinez Queen. Unfortunately, Instagram does not have streaming services right now. You can find us on our Twitter, A Martinez Queen. That one's a little different. Also, our Twitch is Aaliyah Martinez Queen, and we are streaming regularly each and every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all of you podcasters out there listening in on our podcast, you've been hearing myself and my best friend, Miss Tajma Stetson.
Hello.
Also, the best producer around, Dominic,
Love
is
you, Dominic.
in the background. He's been asking us questions. So if you have any topics you would like us to discuss, you can email us at info@AliyahMartinezQueen.com. That's info@AliyahMartinezQueen.com. And that goes straight to our producer, Dominic, who is the best in the biz.
And is not straight. I just want to point that out.
Nope, not
She
straight.
said straight really
And we'll go
hard.
gaily forward to our producer.
Or does it say in St. Louis, gaily forward?
Forward. Any last minute questions, comments, concerns, loves?
I am so excited to be a part of this show. I love being a part of this show. Aaliyah and I bounce ideas all the time off of each other about this show and about all sorts of dreams that we have, real and not so real. And maybe your audience can chime in this week with my presence on the show. Is if they'd like to see a segment occasionally that happens? I'm working on a little project called Tajma's Favorite Things. No doubt you know about it. Aaliyah agreed to maybe have a couple of little Tajma's favorite things
to close out.
Oh, we are right now?
Yes.
Okay.
To close out.
Okay.
Before we do that, I just want to say, yes, please comment in. Please let us know what you think of this last segment. This could be a normal segment that takes place of commercial breaks, or that is just mixed in with the show regularly. And we always like to change things up. We like to play a game. We like to have commercials. We like to do something different. Dominic is always thinking of new things. Of course, all of our brains get worn out, and this poor, but also wonderful person has had his brain stretched to the max. So we are going to do a quick segment before we go off. This is Tajma's Favorite Things. We're going to do 3 favorite things.
Four.
Oh, we have 4.
Yes.
Tajma has it ready. But before we go, I just want to say, or before we jump to that and then go, I just want to say amazing Viva Aaliyah. And at the end of the show, you will see who is on next week. And I'm very, very, very excited. This is going to be a serious conversation next week, but also something that is heartfelt and necessary to talk about in our community. So without further ado, Tajma's Favorite Things.
Okay. So I have a little format, and it is for 4 of my favorite things. And it's something old, something new, something me, something you. How about that? So something old, I sort of prepared some things. Obviously, I'm picking from a whole host of things, no doubt. If you follow me on social media, you understand what some of my Tajma's favorite things are, but I have millions more favorite things. So something old. I'm not calling her old, but Renee Zellweger. And I'm not clocking Renee. I'm just saying she was really the older Judy. And my old favorite thing is Renee Zellweger in the movie Judy. My God, I was set to hate it. I was set to not hate it. I was set to be a gay skeptic, crunching popcorn at the movie theater going, what is she going to do about Judy? But she ended up being a Tajma's favorite thing. She's old. I mean, she's the old Tajma's favorite thing.
I love that.
Something old, something new. One of my new favorite things is, of course, we love Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa is big with the gays, duh. Well, she's big around the world. We love the Future Nostalgia album. I both think we can both vote for having the album be one of our favorite things.
True.
But the studio that made that also did a full remix album, and I urge you to download it. I don't have my phone at the moment, and I can't remember what the studio remix album is, but it's like a club's remix of almost all the favorite tracks from Future Nostalgia.
A good Google for you.
A good Google for you. We love Future Nostalgia. We love the club remix. So that's my something new. Something me that is my favorite thing is not only Aaliyah Martinez, but you've just got to get a favorite person in your life if you're going to live a full, evolved life. And just because this is the first segment of Tajma's favorite things, I'm going to say my something me favorite thing is Aaliyah Martinez. Her endeavors on this show, her endeavors as a national title holder, former and future, and anything that isn't even drag related, which we could go on. And I won't talk about Arby's curly fries because they're on the list. So my favorite me thing is you, babe. I love you
and
so
the
much.
thinnest shaved Arby's sandwiches. They have to be
thinnest.
like thinnest shaved is the word, dear.
We do a lot of that, girl.
Shaved, yeah,
a lot
we do
of
a lot of
that.
that. She's shaved.
No, girl, you are, and your titties look amazing. Okay, so something old, something new, something me, something you.
Something you. I'm actually going to follow your lead on this, and I'm going to say my favorite thing is that we share an anniversary together every year.
We do.
Which is our drag anniversary coming up in October.
Guess it's the only thing corny about our drag career.
It is.
But I kind of love it. I'm like, I was born and bred on the day. That sounds like bareback sex. Tajma was born on the day that is.
Can we both do the face?
Can we?
Please screenshot that.
Please do.
But anyways.
Halloween. I'm sorry. Please continue.
So Halloween, we share our birthday, our drag birthday together every year. And it is one of my favorite things. And the only regret about that is that Moulton doesn't share it with us.
Yes. She's a very
but
close sister.
Moulton had started months before us and had already been in the game and doing
She
things.
laid some pavement for us, that's for sure.
Literally pounded the pavement down so that we were able to walk on it.
She loves to pound the pavement, girl.
Hello.
You should see her work. She's been on the show. They know.
Yes. Also, Dominic, can you put in the comments
I don't want to crush your nails.
No, you're good. This way. The amount of times Tajma has been on Viva Aaliyah, because you said it earlier. And I'm going to say it out loud. But anyway, we share 6. This is your 6th time on Viva
Oh
Aaliyah.
my God. I love that.
So we share a birthday, which is Halloween. And can you tell me what you went out in or how you went out
My
that
God.
day? Because I want to tell my story, and I need you to tell yours.
I was shaved stem to stern, like pubes and all, ass crack waxed. I was just a woman that night. Bare legs. I had a satin dress, spaghetti strap dress.
Stop.
Not a lick a body. I had Gloria Vanderbilt strappy heels on. Did I even have jewelry yet?
Probably.
I'm sure I had like a cute little Mom's Mabley, like old lady.
Mom's Mabley?
Yes, old lady brooch as an earring or something like that. And my very first, very slick, very fabulous Tajma wig. And that night we drove from Lansing to Grand Rapids to the Grand Rapids party at that bar. And it turned out to be really fun. Diversions. And then on the way back, I hit a deer. My very first night in drag, Halloween, I hit a deer with my car.
And the police officer came to the car and was like, oh.
And I slid off my wig just because I didn't know what to do in that protocol. And there was glass in my crotch from the window. The car was drivable, so we got to drive up out of there. But it was
car
still...
drove for the next 32 years, let's be honest.
It really did. Alexander.
Yes. May she rest in heaven.
That's what I remember about that night. What'd you wear?
I was painted at the Clinique counter.
It was fair and fish and lovely.
Fair and fish. It did not cover a beard for nobody's business.
I didn't recognize
and I wore a kinky curl red wig. It was like a tight spiral kinky curl.
Ramen noodle.
And had no, it was though. And had a black and white striped top on with a little cotton skirt, like it looked like a napkin skirt. You know, napkin dresses, napkin skirts.
I thought it was a cute look.
But I had on the only stilettos, because that is one thing about my drag career that I have never stopped, is the sleekest of heels.
Tall, honey.
Tall, sleek heels.
We just bought some. She bought like 6 pair.
And I had, both of us, I think, had not a pantyhose on.
No, barefoot, honey.
Barefoot, just knew we were women.
Just women. And we walked in that club and the queens were like, oh, there's some new fish up in here. They can be pretty eventually. And we are.
Yeah. And they were probably like, these are the tea girls that are trying to take home these tea chasers.
Yeah. If only I had a clue. I would.
Right. Hello. To make some money. And I had, was it Jamal? Jamal was with us.
Jamal was with us.
And my ex was with us.
Yes.
Robin Michelle.
Roban.
Roban.
Stories for later.
Yeah, very later. But we had such a good time. I just remember I was like half asleep in the back of that car, and then all of a sudden, boom! And then the deer we hit, and then the officer with the headlight or the searchlight.
It was a very Vita Bohem moment. I didn't have to say, "Get your hand off my dick, buddy," which that was
Get your hand off my dick,
tonight in the
buddy.
show.
But yeah, no, we Officer Dollard. It's Dollard. It says Dollard.
It's a misprint. Anyway, we could go on.
But anyway, that was our first time in drag, and something that I covet year in, year out is just us celebrating salt and pepper now.
Turn it into a mix.
Celebrating our anniversary together, and that's probably the biggest thing about drag that is wonderful for me, is that I have a sister to share my birthday with. And I know we share our birthday with 765,000 million queens out there.
But a lot of those queens that have a Halloween birthday don't know that. They don't know each other. We know each other.
But we started 16 years ago today.
And we were 16 at the time.
Yeah, we were 16 at the time. I was actually 18. But Brandon,
Deja Brooks, Kansas. Hi, gal.
Hi, babes. We are actually rounding out the end of the show, and so we're going to say a quick goodbye. Go ahead and
thank you, Aaliyah. Thank you, Dominic. Thank you, Vivas, for having me. I love being a part of this show. I love that we're having it in my apartment. It's been really great, and I will plug our show for later, 10:30 p.m. if you're in the Kansas City area. Mitzi's.
Yes, come and join us at Mitzi's.
There it is.
Stars of 39th Street. And Vivas, thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for being a part of my family. Next week, we have an amazing show, which you'll see in just a second. I love you all. And until next week, Viva out. Coming up next week on Viva Aaliyah, I'll be sitting down with 3 courageous people who have served our country. We'll be talking about what it was like to be in the military as a queer person, what we still have to do with the military, and what it means with this presidential change. See you next week.